What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. Another day, and today's gonna be a big one. I think I've got a good feeling that we're finally gonna get this thing started and running. As you guys saw in the last video, we had the engine turning over, we have oil pressure, everything is reading on the dash, we got plugs back in it, his ignition system is hooked up. So I mean, realistically speaking, as long as we can get the plug that we struggled with on the the 8th plug on the way back, there should be no reason why this thing won't start up today. On the flip side, William is on his way back up here right now to finish that manifold that we were working on the other day. Last video you guys saw, we kind of modified this thing a little crudely, but it worked out in our favor. So we pretty much had to just beat this side of the manifold in to get it to clear his fuse box, but it's looking really good. I wish we would have found a better way to do this, but hey, it doesn't need to look pretty, it needs to be functional. So should be an interesting day. I'm really excited to see where both of these projects end up. On the Supra side of things, I have to redo the fuel pump wiring harness because we kind of just threw a wire that runs through the side of the car and it's like rubbing up against kind of a sharp edge right there. Not a big fan of that. And then my tail light, one of my tail lights was like flickering and going out. You don't want to be driving around on the street and without lights. It's a great way to get pulled over, and in something like this, you're asking for a ticket. So gonna kind of do that in the background. I don't think I'm gonna film any of that stuff today because it's just gonna be a lot of boring wiring, but the main attraction is obviously our burnout car. Really excited. I'm the only one up here as of right now. It is 11 o'clock. For now, ain't really too much I can do but sit until he gets here to move this thing. So we'll see you guys here in like an hour or so.
Oh hey.
Oh hey.
Rust is sharp.
Oh my God. So we're starting this today.
Yeah.
Holy moly. This was crazy to watch you pull the carpet up. Is anything behind this even bad?
Yes, beside at the cap mounts.
Oh, sure.
They're cracked. I'm able to, I should just be able to go ahead and I might not even cut that out.
Yeah.
I might just go ahead and
put a plate on it?
Yeah, send it. Plate it, send it.
Hey, as long as you don't fall through the floor, that's what matters.
Yeah.
And then it looks like it's just kind of starting to cut and get rid of all the rust and see where that gets. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to get to this intake manifold on Willie's car today. With just all the stuff that we're doing on this, we kind of don't have the room. I am ripping apart this wiring we did in a huge hurry. I'm gonna make this look a lot better. I'm gonna loom this stuff. This is what I was talking about for the fuel pump wiring. It's kind of rubbing up against this edge, and I don't really like that I ran it through here. If that was a mistake, I'm gonna use these factory clips here to run that harness along the inside of the vehicle here, just like I did on this one here. That should keep the abrasions down, make sure we're not ripping through any wiring. I'm gonna bust that out. Jake's gonna get cleaning. Or set up a time lapse or something. See you guys once all that is taken care of, and maybe we actually get some driving in today. We'll see. Okay, the sound deadening is up.
Oh, for the most part.
Oh, we're where we need it to be for right now. I'm gonna try to pop these mounts out. So usually Mitsubishi uses good hardware, so we're hoping these come out without too much of a problem, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. So we tack these for the next little bit, get these body mounts out, and then kind of transition more into cutting up the body a little bit. And somehow that came right out. Love Mitsubishi for zinc plated bolts, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
I can't believe that came out as easy as it did. Once it broke, it just spun right out. Amazing.
That's why Mitsubishi's better than Toyota.
Hey.
If it were Toyota, there'd be no frame.
Hey. This has more rust than mine. Mine's older.
Oh, I'm talking specifically the pickups.
Oh, fair. That
$10,000 for a rotten frame.
So now we just got this one to do. Bust that out and get to doing some cutting. All right, so we got a little bit of cutting down. Jake is just kind of cutting around the infected areas here. Well, here's to be seen what he does here. I wanted to set up a time lapse of this, but it's really difficult to get in here, so you'll have to just imagine him bending over cutting.
Imagine my glorious butt crack.
Yes, indeed. All the crack. So that's kind of like what it's going to look like. You know, cut a bunch of squares, and he's going to put his patch panels in, and then move over and do the same thing on that side. And then again, just kind of going to make a plate here and then punch a hole through it. But yeah, I mean, now that you're starting to cut, I can see how this isn't going to be that bad. So Cool. Well, we will leave you to your devices, and I will get this camera out of your face, and we'll touch base in a bit.
Yeah.
We're back. Sweet. We're just figuring out one bolt on the back of this power steering pump. It's got kind of a weird thread on it. We've tried a bunch of different nuts to get that to fit. We can't find the correct thread, but we're getting close. So we're gonna keep trying some nuts. Once we have that all tightened down, I think we need to run and get a new plug, because we accidentally dropped a couple of them on the ground and we don't want to risk using those. So we're gonna go get a couple of fresh plugs, get those in there, get our wires put in, and kind of take things from there. Would you find it?
Don't drop one. Don't drop it.
Oh, he found it.
Oh boy.
Was it a metric thread?
I'm pretty sure.
Odd. Yeah. So you have like what, 1 metric thread on here?
That's so weird.
I think Willie's got this all put back together. This thing is having some clutch issues. Maybe have a little bit of a vacuum leak too, but I don't know if the clutch is gonna be too happy to do them pulls, but I'd really like to cuck Will into bringing us for a ride in this thing and getting a little driving footage of the GS. 500 wheel, this thing is definitely no joke. And like, looking at it from this angle, you would never know. Let's smack out the finishing touches on this before we get too sucked into William's car.
Something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Vibes. I love that we turned the music off the film, but it just, in spirit, didn't stop.
Well, you can't just make me stop on a good song. Come on, man.
Hey, man. So it looks like we're wiring in a fan relay here. We're
Yep.
getting really close, it looks like.
We got a fan relay to wire in so we can manually turn the fans on and off. We don't have an automatic solution just yet, but we're not going to let that stop us from firing it today. So we're getting that figured out so we don't overheat that. And then after that, we got to make a quick parts store run to buy a couple extra hoses, buy a longer belt for the power steering, get new spark plugs, throw header gaskets and the headers on, plug wires in distributor, and like that's kind of it, I think.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, we're making good progress today.
I guess I'm geeking about this so much because this is like the first V8 build that actually went anywhere in this building. So nothing against our good friend Nick. He had a lot of other things going on at the time, but I was excited for it and it didn't pan out.
What's up?
Yeah, you're happy about that.
What?
He's like, we avoided doing LS things and that's okay with me.
Yeah, we avoided ruining a perfectly good Turbo 2 RX-7 with some garbage junkyard motor. I'm just so sick and tired of the LS Swap the World gang. I might go ahead and modify this today, seeing as how I need to use the lift to go ahead and fix the floor of my truck.
Yeah.
But there's a Camaro on it.
Camaro. What are you modifying?
I'm gonna cut this off and weld that pipe on.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, sorry this has been kind of a jumbled day at the shop. The last like 2 videos that we've put up now are just so much different stuff. But hey, that's what happens, you know, when you share a shop space with a bunch of people. There's always something going on. Yeah, look at that. Gotta clean her up. All right, that's loud, and all I got is safety squints. Gotta have the right PPE. Dang, and in attempts to go into town to get food. Of course, the alternator in the GS takes a shit.
Yeah.
Or a circuit, or a fuse, or a relay, or a wire.
I don't know, and all data's being a pile of crap as always.
Jake's gonna bust out the welder here and do a few passes around this, and then do a few passes around the compressor housing as well.
They're both cast aluminum. It's just that when you weld cast aluminum, you have to go ahead and run a cleaning pass a couple of times.
Oh, sure.
Because otherwise it's gonna be absolute garbage.
All right, excuse all the noise in here. We got Jake finally welding up this compressor housing. and we are to the point where we need to prime the fuel system and get fuel up to the pump. Fans and everything work. Everything is together up here. We got belts on, power steering system is hooked up. So it's fuel and coolant.
Fuel, coolant, spark plugs, and exhaust, and distributor and wires.
Nice.
We can do it.
Hell yeah. And it's only 7:25, so we're making good time. So we're looking good. We got our fuel primed. Everything's plumbed. Plugs are in. We covered accessory drive. It's looking like it's just gonna be ignition stuff now. So cap, wires, get all that put together. Make sure the firing order is good and proper. Are we gonna throw coolant in this thing before starting it? Probably not. No real point. But it's about that time, and it's just in time because we want to start a fire. It's getting late, and I'm done filming, man. I'm getting tired. All right, laying everything out, getting the wires to go to the proper side of the block. These are super easy to put on. Essentially a little hook on the bottom of that. You see that bolt, you turn it, hooks underneath the distributor on the bottom, holds the cap down, and then you got your coil on top. So
Part of the HEI.
yeah.
Dry and it was so windy too.
Oh, you got my spot.
Yeah, I took it up so I didn't want to.
Ready for the first try here?
Dude, are you excited or what?
Plug in the distributor. Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, should we try it? Somebody might need to throttle on the carburetor itself too.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Oh, there's the thunder.
Tell you wanted to go. Oh yeah, look at how much fuel there is in it.
Oh, well, we're getting fuel.
Yeah.
Get a good
plenty
pop.
of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't know any better, you're out of time.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Nope.
But it fired.
That's rowdy!
Dude.
Be out of time.
I mean, they had it running in the dyno. That would be my question.
We
Like,
can touch the timing of it. Ready to try it again? Holy f***. Do we check our timing then?
play some distributed timing, see where we get.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Somebody gonna f with the.
And the light's not gonna go till it starts. You're between 10 and 15. It's kind of wavering.
That's exactly where it wanted me.
It's idling fucking perfect.
Yeah, I was saying this sounds like.
Dude!
I gotta get it.
That's so crazy.
Oh, that burns.
So that's the head. Fuck, dude.
Fucking right.
Hey Tanner,
Yes.
this temp sender I don't think is gonna last all that long.
Your bugs out. I was like,
That wire's getting kind of burnt.
Give it some beans one more time.
Dude, this has got to feel amazing.
Yes.
Congrats.
I have a, yeah. Holy crap. It's
Hell
still
yeah.
surreal, but like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah,
this thing
you
is
are
so
absolutely
rad.
gonna pick up 50-year-old cougars all fucking day.
Hell yeah.
40 for sure.
Man, how stoked are you?
I was just telling Will that this is gonna hit me for like the next 3 days, that like my car is actually running. Because I was just telling him it hasn't ran for 8 years. Today, Facebook Memories gave me a thing that said 8 years ago today, here's where you were. And it was a picture of this car with my first 327, the first engine that I built for this car, half assembled into the car with like, I had the shorty header chained up to a tree, and that was like holding it back so that I could like drop it in. Like that was, I didn't have anybody else to like help me, so it was chained to a tree.
Yeah.
And yeah, so 8 years ago today, I had a half assembled 327 sitting in the car. 8 years later today, I have a running 383, and I have you to thank for it.
Hell yeah, man. Stoked. I'm happy I could have been a part of this, dude. This, it's not even my car and I got a smile on my face right now. That was fucking awesome.
Rowdy!
Dude,
Hell yeah!
good
To
shit.
describe this in 2 words, it's fucking rowdy.
Good shit.
Shouldn't say that.
High fives. Good shit.
Here for any of
You bastard. Hey, you were here for the end. That's what matters. And on that note, it is 11 o'clock at night. I think we're all gonna pack up and head home. So we'll probably be up here tomorrow. Kind of finish everything up, make sure everything's good. You know, maybe give it another fire, but happy of the progress. I'm so happy we heard this thing fire today. This weekend was amazing. And there was a second where we didn't think it was gonna happen, so. Very, very, very happy. But again, on that note, thanks everybody for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.